Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining in, and today I'm going to show you how I made these low carb, lemon pepper, maple bourbon, shrimp, and vegetable kabobs. So normally when I make these kabobs, I usually use honey, but I tweaked it this time by using my keto maple bourbon syrup as well as my skinny maple bourbon syrups because I did not want to use too much sugar. So to make it on a lower carb level, I went this route, and actually guys, it is good. But I will say in this video, I forgot about my skinny maple bourbon syrup, and I did not show you guys that I used it, but I'll tell you as I go in doing the recipe, I can tell you how much I put in there. So this is, if you would like to try it, you can do that. If not, you can leave it out. Or you can either stay with just using the honey if you're not really worried about the extra calories and sugar in the honey. So if you want to know how I did these, why don't you come on in and I will show you how I made these. So for the vegetables, I'm using a red onion, one red and a green bell pepper, and portobello mushrooms is what I'm going to put in the kabob. Then you're going to need low sodium soy sauce. And if you're going to use the honey, you can use honey instead of the keto syrup that I'm using. And when I do use the honey, I normally use the raw organic honey. But like I said, I'm changing it up a little bit, and I'm going to use the keto syrup, and this is a maple bourbon 0-calorie syrup, and it's actually good. It's not a bad taste, so I'm using that. Now, if you want, I've made this before, and I've used other marinades as well. Like this is a low carb, no sugar. If you like that orange chicken taste or that orange teriyaki taste, you could also substitute this bourbon sauce or the honey with this sauce as well. So just wanted to show you, you have a couple of options. It does not have to be that. But you do want to use the lemon pepper for your seasoning, and you'll notice that's the only seasoning I'm using because the soy sauce have salt already in it. You're going to need extra virgin olive oil as well. And then also I have colossal shrimp that I've already washed and peeled and deveined. So first, I'm starting out by cutting the bell peppers and the red onions in half. I'm going to clean them, wash them, and cut them up. And after I cut them in half, then I'm going to cut the half in half. So you're going to have 4. And then once you do that, each fourth, you're going to chop it in about 3 or 4 pieces. And that's how I believe it'll be perfect enough to fit for the kabob, for the skewer, to make it in a kabob. And now that I've finished chopping up those vegetables, I'm going to show you how I prepare the mushrooms to go on the skewers. And all I do is just pop off easily, and it comes off easily, the stems of them, and I leave them whole. They will fit better on the skewer if you leave them whole, but just take the bottom stems off. And for the sauce, I'm using 1/3 cup of olive oil. And then I'm going to use 1/3 cup of soy sauce. And then I'm going to use 1/3 of a cup of the maple bourbon syrup. And then I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of the lemon pepper. Now, this is where, because I was tweaking it and I've never did this actual sauce before, this is where I did a taste test on it, and I went in, and that's when I added in some of the other skinny maple syrup. And so now all I'm doing is just adding and mixing everything together and putting my mushrooms on top. And then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it marinate for about 2.5 hours at the least. It can marinate longer than that, but it needs to stay in the refrigerator for at least 2.5 hours. Now I have let mine marinate for 3.5 hours, and I'm getting it ready to put on the skewers. I've already did half of them, and I'm putting them on the skewers that I have, and you can easily use the wooden skewers as well, but I like using my metal skewers when I am using my cast iron griddle. So I'm just going to be showing you how I put it on there. You can do it however you want, but I'm just putting them on the skewers now. So now I'm heating up my griddle, and because I'm using a glass top electrical range and not a gas range with this cast iron griddle, I'm going to have to put something a little heavier than olive oil on it to get it heated good, because the olive oil is going to burn quicker than I can actually grill the vegetables. So I like to use something a little heavier. Some people use vegetable oil, granola oil, but I just go straight for the butter. I use 100% butter, and just put a little bit on there, and it's gonna help coat the griddle really well, so the griddle won't burn and the vegetables won't burn. And the butter that I use is made from grass-fed cows, so it is a good, healthier butter per se, and it's better to use. So now that I have the griddle heat up properly, I'm just adding in the kabobs now, and then I didn't put the shrimp on, so I'm just going to leave those to grill later. Now you do want to take the olive oil and put on top of your kabobs, so when you turn them, they will still have a little coating of oil on it. And it's not going to take long, so as you'll see here, you can just baste them with your brush and some olive oil. And if you want, you can also use some of the sauce, because that's what I did as well, to kind of help coat them and cook them. So I like to cook my shrimp separate. I don't like to put them on a kebab because I like my vegetables to be a little more charred than it takes to cook the shrimp. The shrimp does not take no more than about 2 or 3 minutes, and then they'll be done. But my vegetables, I wanted to leave them on a little longer, so that's why I did not put them on the kebab. And then here you'll see I'm just using sauteing or grilling the leftover of the vegetables here. So this is what everything looks like when it's finished, and the truth is it did not take long to do this at all. Like I said, I was trying something new, and it really is good. So if you're trying to do a low carb, no sugar, but you still wanted that little sweet taste, this would be a perfect recipe for you to try. And it's just in time for the Super Bowl on Sunday. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this recipe will be useful for you. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel so you can receive notifications for my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.